The Iran-Israel rivalry is a complex relationship fueled by historical, political, and ideological factors. It's a dangerous force in the Middle East, with high stakes for the entire world, fought through clandestine operations, spies, and sophisticated cyber attacks, and the utilization of proxy forces. Their hostility has defined their relationship for decades. It wasn't always this way. There was a time when Iran and Israel enjoyed a period of relative cooperation. To understand the depth of their animosity and how it evolved over time, we need to look at a history of shifting alliances and the rise of revolutionary ideology. The Islamic Revolution of 1979 changed everything, turning a regional ally into an implacable foe. Iran's unwavering anti-Israel stance is now a cornerstone of its foreign policy, used to project power across the region. The rivalry is fundamentally about power. Before 1979, Iran and Israel were surprisingly friendly. Under the Shah, Iran was a secular pro-Western monarchy and saw Israel as a strategic partner against hostile Arab states. Both were U.S. allies, sharing intelligence and military cooperation. Iran supplied oil to Israel. Israel helped modernize Iran's military and agriculture. This alliance was pragmatic, not public, sensitive to pro-Palestinian sentiment at home. Iran never established full diplomatic ties, keeping the relationship quiet. Yet, opposition simmered beneath the surface. Religious leaders like Ayatollah Khomeini condemned the Shah's ties with Israel as a betrayal of Islam and the Palestinian cause. The friendship became a symbol of everything the revolutionaries opposed. This set the stage for a dramatic reversal. 1979, a pivotal year that reshaped the Middle East. The Islamic Revolution in Iran toppled the Shah, sending shockwaves internationally. Ayatollah Khomeini's return marked a radical shift, promising a society governed by Islamic principles. This redefined Iran's identity, shifting its focus to a religiously driven state, impacting political calculations across the region. The revolution caused Iran to cut all ties with Israel, ending decades of cooperation. The Iranian government handed the former Israeli embassy over to the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, solidifying its support for the Palestinian cause. Israel was recast as an existential enemy, a threat to the Islamic Revolution. Supporting Palestinians and opposing Israel became a cornerstone of Iran's foreign policy. Iranian leaders openly called for Israel's destruction, fueling tensions to this day. For Israel, the Iranian Revolution represented a significant strategic setback. It meant gaining a powerful adversary committed to its destruction. Iran strategically built a network of proxy groups, extending its influence. The rivalry between Iran and Israel played out in proxy wars across the Middle East. The events of 1979 altered Middle Eastern history, setting the stage for decades of confrontation. Iran's hostility toward Israel is rooted in its revolutionary Shia ideology. For Tehran's leaders, the conflict is a spiritual struggle, not just a political one. Israel is seen as a Western creation dividing the Islamic world. Jerusalem's significance, home to Al-Aqsa Mosque, makes the issue a religious duty. Khomeini established Quds Day to protest Israel's control of Jerusalem and rally support for Palestinians. Some in Iran's leadership link the fight against Israel to apocalyptic beliefs about the Mahdi's return. This ideology makes compromise with Israel nearly impossible. Hostility is woven into the regime's identity, not just policy. That's why the rhetoric remains so harsh and consistent. Iranian leaders have consistently used extreme language about Israel, Khomeini called Israel a cancerous tumor, a phrase echoed by his successors. Ahmadinejad's calls for Israel to be wiped off the map gained global attention. Even moderate leaders maintain a hard line, predicting Israel's collapse. This rhetoric serves to rally domestic support, challenge regional rivals, and pressure Israel internationally. The words themselves become a form of ideological warfare. They reinforce Iran's uncompromising stance and keep tensions high. Iran's strategy relies on proxy forces to challenge Israel indirectly. The axis of resistance includes groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza. Hezbollah, armed and trained by Iran, poses a constant threat on Israel's northern border. Iran's support enables these groups to attack Israel without direct confrontation. This proxy strategy offers plausible deniability and keeps the fight away from Iran's borders. For Israel, it means facing a multi-front security nightmare. Iran's backing fuels instability and undermines peace efforts. The shadow war is relentless, with real consequences for the region. Proxy warfare is Iran's most effective tool against Israel. Iran's hostility is also driven by security fears. Tehran sees Israel as a U.S. outpost with advanced military power and nuclear weapons. Israel's undeclared nuclear arsenal is viewed as an existential threat. Iran's nuclear ambitions are partly a response to this perceived imbalance. Israel's covert actions, assassinations, cyber attacks, reinforce Iran's sense of being under siege. Support for proxies is seen as both offense and defense, deterring Israeli aggression. Iran's aggressive posture is framed as necessary self-defense in a hostile region. Iran's anti-Israel position is a powerful foreign policy tool. By championing the Palestinian cause, Iran appeals to the wider Muslim world and challenges regional rivals. This stance helps Iran bypass sectarian divides and undermine Arab leaders who engage with Israel. The axis of resistance gives Iran strategic depth and influence. Shared enmity toward Israel unites Iran's allies and expands its reach. The anti-Israel stance helps Iran break out of isolation, winning allies and attention. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy that keeps Iran central in regional politics. Iran's unwavering position ensures it can't be ignored. Iran's threats toward Israel are a mix of genuine animosity and calculated political maneuvering. These threats are fueled by deep-seated ideological beliefs and designed to project power and influence regional dynamics. Aware of Israel's military superiority and U.S. backing, Iran avoids direct war, which would be devastating for both sides. Instead, Iran uses proxies and shadow warfare to exert influence without direct hostilities. This strategy of attrition is meant to wear Israel down over time. The danger is miscalculation. One misstep could spark a wider conflict. For now, the Iran-Israel rivalry remains a Cold War, with the constant risk of turning hot.